Hey there, I'm Joe from GetWellNews.com, and today I'll be discussing about 11 habits that are damaging to the heart. The heart is a muscular organ in the body which pumps blood through the blood vessels in the circulatory system. In humans, the heart is approximately the size of a closed fist, and is located in between the lungs in the middle of the compartments of the chest. The heart pumps blood through the network of arteries and veins called the cardiovascular system. Because of the work this vital organ does in the body, we all want to keep it healthy and strong. However, some common habits can be hard on your heart. Stay safe by knowing these bad habits and making heart healthy changes. Now, let's check out the list of the heart damaging habits to see if it's time to make changes to your routine. The first habit is living sedentary lifestyle. Studies have shown that those who don't move around enough and tend to sit for 5 hours or more each day have double the risk of heart failure. According to a study published in January 2014 in the American Heart Association journal, if your job requires sitting at a desk all day, get up and take a 5-minute walk every hour. This small tweak in your routine can keep your arteries flexible and blood flowing properly, protecting against the negative effect of being sedentary. So sitting down all day watching TVs and playing video games may actually be damaging to your heart. Sedentary lifestyle can cause your arteries to harden up and can also raise your blood pressure to dangerous levels. Now, the next point is similar to this, and that is lack of exercise. A study shows that for each hour of regular exercise you gain about 2 hours of additional life, even if you don't start until middle age. So start moving. Aim for about 30 minutes of exercise daily, and you will be on your way to a healthy lifestyle. Next, not getting enough vitamin D from the sun. Study shows that a low level of vitamin C, or what we call vitamin D deficiency, is linked to coronary artery disease, heart attacks, and strokes. Although vitamin D levels above 30 were considered initially to be normal, more recently some researchers have proposed that even anything above 15 was also a safe level. Now, even if any level above 15 is safe, if 1 out of 10 people still have vitamin D levels lower than that, this equates to a very large percentage of our population. But the best way to determine one's vitamin D level is by getting a blood test, vitamin D blood test. Now, the question is, how do I get enough vitamin D? This is not the main topic of this discussion, but I will just mention the best source of vitamin D known to man, which is sunlight. The sun emits ultraviolet rays, which our skins turns into vitamin D. Isn't our skin a wonderful organ? So stop hiding from the sun. Personally, I believe that the sunlight in moderation, getting it in moderation or absorbing it in moderation does more good to our health than evil. Another habit that can cause you a healthy heart is lack of medical checkup. Running away intentionally or ignorantly from medical checkup is the reason for many deadly diseases that were discovered late in so many people. Some diseases like heart disease and hypertension are tagged as silent killers because they do not show any sign or symptoms until they have advanced. A family member of mine never knew he had high blood pressure, which had affected his heart badly until it got to the advanced stage. This is why I always advise people to know their numbers. Knowing your blood pressure levels, your blood sugar levels, BMI, and all those is very important. If you will not take any other thing away from this video, just take only this and you are good to go. Listen, regular medical checkups can save your life. This also means that you should stop self-medication. Stop self-medication. Thank you. Next is bad eating habits. Bad eating habits. Eating saturated fats, over processed food, canned and fast foods, foods that contains too much of preservatives is bad for the heart. The consumption of this type of food can raise blood pressure or blood cholesterol in the body. Bad cholesterol can block the arteries and veins, making it difficult for the heart to pump blood effectively through the entire body. Consumption of these unhealthy foods also result in high blood pressure, which is a risk factor for heart disease. The sixth point is like the fifth, because it is also related to what goes into our mouth, and that is consumption of too much sugar and salt. Excessive sodium can lead to high blood pressure, a risk factor of heart disease. Now, to avoid the amount of salt you add to your food is not too difficult. But what about the hidden sodium? The National Heart, Lung and Blood Institute reports that processed foods, including canned vegetables and soups, lunch meats, frozen dinners, chips and other salty snacks, account for most of the salt most people consume. So be sure to read the nutrition label and compare products, choosing the one with the lowest percentage daily value for sodium. American Heart Association recommends that people consume less than 1,500 milligrams of sodium daily. Also, eating too much sugar can lead to weight gain over time, which puts you at risk of high blood pressure. Consuming too much added sugar can also increase chronic inflammation, both of which are pathological pathways to heart disease. Next is undersleeping or oversleeping. Your heart works hard all day, and if you don't get enough sleep, your cardiovascular system doesn't get the rest it needs. Your heart rate and blood pressure go down during the first phase of sleep, then rise and fall in response to your dream during the second phase. This changes throughout the night seems to promote cardiovascular health according to scientific studies. Chronic sleep deprivation can also lead to a high resting cortisol and adrenaline levels, similar to levels that you experience in a stressful situation. It is recommended that adults get 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Teens and young adults should aim for 9 hours of night sleep. Excessive sleep too is bad to the heart. Any amount of sleep above 9 hours is considered excessive for adults. 8. Allowing physical or emotional stress. Stress causes the body to release a hormone called adrenaline, which temporarily affects how our body functions. Our heart rate increases and our blood pressure even may rise. Over time, too much stress can damage blood vessels in the heart and increase our risk of heart attack and stroke. There are physical and emotional stress, and neither is good for our body. To minimize the harmful effect of stress, the American Heart Association recommends the following. First, find a release. When you are stressed emotionally, share your feelings by talking with a trusted friend or a family member. Second is to exercise. Relieve mental tension by engaging in physical activity. Aim for about 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise on most days of the week. Third, plan your day. Prioritize your tasks and plan ahead to help prevent rushing to get everything done within a lesser time. Next is consumption of alcohol or tobacco. I believe in avoiding alcohol entirely. However, if you can't do without it, medically you are allowed to drink moderately. Drinking too much alcohol can lead to high blood pressure, stroke, and obesity, all of which increase your risk for heart disease. Drinking alcohol can interrupt your normal heart rhythm and cause heart failure. Also, people who use tobacco are more likely to have heart attacks, high blood pressure, blood clots, strokes, and other disorders of the cardiovascular system. Smoking actually triples the risk of having or dying from heart disease. Next is not minding the excess weight. Not minding the excess weight. As your body weight increases, your blood pressure can rise. In fact, being overweight can make you more likely to develop high blood pressure than if you are at your desirable weight. And we know that one of the major causes of heart-related disease is high blood pressure. So continue to diet if that works for you. Continue to do all that you do or all that you can do to shed that excess weight. Every effort you put into losing weight counts. So even if it is not coming as fast as you want, do not relent. And the last bad habit is not flossing. Your dentist is right. Flossing is important, but not just for your teeth. A study published in May 2014 found that people with coronary heart disease who flossed experience fewer cardiovascular problems. What is the connection? Certain studies, including one published in July 2013 in International Scholarly Research Notices, show that bacteria associated with gum disease promote inflammation in the body, and inflammation has been associated with increased risk for heart disease. So don't take flossing and taking care of your teeth for granted again, as this can be heart damaging. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe so as to receive more heart care information. I advise people about how they can take care of their health, especially this cardiovascular and circulatory system. How to prevent, treat, and reverse high blood pressure, heart diseases, heart attack, stroke, kidney disease, because you know the kidney can also be affected by the cardiovascular system. I advise on research, medical, and natural methods to maintain a healthy heart. I have helped people with good level of success in this, so I believe the advices on this channel can help you too. So please subscribe and click the notification button. Also post your comments and questions in the comment box. Thank you.